So with episode 20 of Accelerate World, it seems to me normally it seems to me just basically just seeing to me that he's playing his cards right and basically what he's really actually is doing and stuff like that. And one thing I like about his character that normally is really basically doing, it seems like he's like one step ahead every time when Haru tried to get ahead of him and stuff like that. And you could just tell like both of them are playing mind games. But even though Normie is way much more further ahead than Haruko is, really actually is, even though I feel really bad for Haruko, and I really do, and I really do, and I really do understand. And I'm not so sure if Haru has told his senpai, the Black Lotus. I don't know if he has told the Black Lotus like about what was going on or anything like that. But even though she said that she's coming back in 3 days, means that she's coming back. Whenever she gets back home or something like that. Even though she went on vacation and stuff like that, also as well too, and stuff. And the vacation arc and stuff like that. I definitely do like that arc. I feel like it was just a little arc or something like that, just basically for Black Lotus and stuff like that. I still can't remember her name. I think her name is Himera, or something like that. I can't pronounce it. Himie, or something like that. I can't pronounce it. But even though I definitely do like the Black Lotus, but even though she's not really one of my favorites, but I definitely do like the other girl who used to be Black Lotus's master, and especially during that time of the episode, I was crying. I was crying right in the middle of the episode. I had no idea why I was crying. I have no idea. I don't know. It just happens for no reason. So I mean that's what it basically feels to me. And stuff like that. Normally I don't cry at anime. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. But it just feels to me it's just that when you hear those words of inspiration, and stuff like that, it really does that to you. And it really, really does. One thing I definitely want to talk about, I want to talk more Haru. One thing I like about Haru is the space is that he's learning to adapt himself based into the game. He does not know a whole lot of rules that some other people may know about the rules about the game also well too, because even though Haru is very smart, he is very smart, because there's just maybe some different twists and turns basically in the game that basically that Normie he may have those kind of advantages to win and stuff like that, even though is that's what it basically feels to me. Just with Haru, it's just something, and basically it seems to me that he did not really understand why was Chewy or whatever it is, Chew or something like that. I'm just gonna call it Chew, because he doesn't really understand why Chew ended up being with Normie. Not like a love relationship or anything like that, except for that or anything like that. But even though she volunteered to be on his side, and the only thing I can only think of is that I think Normie bribed her. That's what I definitely do think, because Normie thinks that he has a chance of winning using Chew's her healing power and stuff like that, and just basically. Even though that's the power that she basically has, she can't really do really much of anything, because she doesn't have the DPS of the power that she has, like a tank or different other than else like that too as well too. I like what Haru says, where he needs to talk to the Red and Scarlet, means that the girl with the red hair and with that, and even though she's not really one of my favorites in the anime, she does get kind of annoying. Also, basically in the anime, also well too, because I think that she will be a really good person to talk to and see like what can Haru can really do, and also his best friend also well too, because I don't think his best friend says really gone or anything. I don't think he's not. I think he just got defeated and stuff like that, because it seems too easy for Normie to basically do that. I don't think Normie would just basically like kill somebody basically in the game. I don't think he's really not doing that or anything like that. I just don't think he really actually is and so with that, because I think the reason why he's basically playing these little games with Haru is that, so like I said before, so he can get a better heads up against Haru, and means that be ahead of him and stuff like that. That's what it basically feels to me. And and basically what Normie is that, like I said, the dude is very smart. I mean, basically some of the stuff, basically blackmailed Haru and stuff like that. It's just trying to get him a whole lot of trouble and stuff like that. First, he got in trouble with the student council, not the student council, but one of the administrators, who means that controls the school, not the principal or something like that. Because mostly the administrators pretty much want to know like what basically happens because you hear their side of the story or hear that side of the story and stuff like that. I remember practicing. I remember practicing. I got suspended for a week for school one time because for something I didn't do. It was wrong. But apparently, one of them did not like me, and so that I don't know. That's just basically what it feels to me because means that if you get written up means that you get written up with a referral. Means a referral means that is like a teacher just make a complaint on the student saying like the student's not doing what he's supposed to do. He's not doing his studies and stuff like that. And basically, that's basically what it basically feels to me. Because if you keep doing these things, over and over again, then they're gonna kick you out of school and say like, hey, you need to go find another school because you're not doing what you're supposed to. I know how it feels. I really do know how it feels. But even though I never got kicked out of school, but let's just put it this way: I got in trouble really bad, and really bad back then because I was not. Like I said, I was not behaving myself, and I was not doing as what I told. I was a troublemaker in school a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie, I really was. But yeah, and like because just like I said, for what the administrators and stuff like that, they're supposed to track everything like what you do and stuff like that, and your homework and all that other stuff. And you can also see one of the councils like they can tell you like how much credit that you really do have, that you really do have to basically school and stuff like that. And even though it's one of the basically the people that basically in my school that they told me they said I can play hooky for a couple of days because I had so much credit. Because I had so much credit means they can let me take a couple of days off. I only took like one day off. That was it. So like that. That was my first time doing hooky, but it wasn't really actually hooky. But it's just basically it really feels like that. But even though it's just that that's just basically what it basically feels to me because like I said, you have your administration, and you also have the council, basically all supposed to help you out with your homework, all that stuff, and then you also have the administrator. They're supposed to monitor everything, basically what's going on with each and every different student, because if they don't do their job, then that means that will lead up to the principal to say like, yeah, we need to kick this kid out of school because he's being a troublemaker, so yeah. And I understand what Haro's words is going through, but it's a lot more different than Haro for me in that situation. Is that Haro is just being accused for something that he did not do and stuff like that. And I kind of find it very sad, and I really do. And I just basically like, man, wow. And it's just like, wow. I don't know, or I don't understand. It's just that, like I said, for Normie, it's just really trying to get our Haro under his skin and stuff like that, and basically trying to get him into a lot of trouble and stuff like that. And then you could just like basically see like where he comes in, he basically goes into the cafeteria. It means that you get food, stuff like that, for whatever you get and stuff like that, whatever they serve you, so like milk and stuff like that, or soda, or whatever maybe it is, and stuff like that. Whatever maybe is that. And you could just tell like all the rest of your students, they just voted Haro because he's been accused for setting up a camera in a room. I'm not gonna say it. But even though that was not him basically doing that kind of stuff, because that is not true. And stuff like that. And then you also have this student. He was angry. He was saying blaming Haro, saying like he put a camera basically in a room. I'm not gonna say. You probably know what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying that's just basically. I'm going from what the anime's going. So yeah. And because I'm like, I don't think Haro is not really that kind of character would basically just do stuff like that, because I just don't think he's not. I just don't think Haro is that kind of person who just basically want to do something like that. That is just not Haro. And the only thing I can only think of, like I said before, Normie is the one who's doing that, because the reason why he's doing that is trying to get Haro to get kicked out of school. And so Normie can be like the most popular kid with that. But I want to mention also too, like I said, but I think it was back in my few episodes, that the dude is very, like I said before, the dude is very smart. He really actually is. And he's doing whatever it takes to get the advantage and just eliminate him from the school. That's what he's really trying to do, and stuff like that. But even though the endings the endings definitely is good. But I do like the villain basically in this anime. I really do. It's just basically that some of the things that he's doing. So that if Haru can really wants to win, the only thing he can win by is just by trying to do like maybe like having somebody that can really help him out also too, and basically ask for Ren, the Scarlet Red, the Red Scarlet, Ren, asking her for some help and stuff like that. But even though him and Ren don't get along really all that much, but I think that would be a very good approach. It's just basically just like asking her and for assistance and stuff like that. But the question is, normal would basically advance onto that? Would he do that? I mean, that's a really good question. I really don't know, but I think he'll probably will. But I have to see like what's going to happen and stuff like that. Because even though, just like I said, Haru, I think Haru should just ask Ren and just basically see what she says and see what she was just going to do and stuff like that. Basically going to do. Usually, Bryn doesn't like helping other people really all that much. Sometimes she does, but sometimes she doesn't, because that's just mainly just basically what her character basically actually is. Yeah, she's very strong. She's very powerful with the abilities that she has to be a burst linker. But it's more to it than that. It's more to it than that. And even though she can get destroyed because her defenses may not be really all that good enough for basically going off of normal. She could take that normal down. But if that were to happen, then Normal will basically get healed again, and healed again, and healed again, and healed again. But the question is about this as well too, with Chu also as well too, is that I'm really kind of curious about Chu, because like if like Nora is asking for to basically to heal him like all the time, I figured that her magic that she has, the ability that she has, will probably run out dry. Means that she won't be able to have any magic to basically to help to help and stuff like that. Because I mean that's what it feels to me. Because I think there is a certain limit to her powers that she really has. But even though, like I said, she's just a healer. That's all she just really actually is. Because she's not a DPS, she's not a tank. She can't really do any of those kind of situations because she's not really that really can do major damage. Even though healers can do some damage, they can, unless they know how to balance themselves basically in like a PvP or PvE or something like that, or whatever maybe it is and stuff like that. Because I think healers are very important to basically come into the game and say the reason why because of that, because so they can share their support to the DPS and to some other healers also well too, and also DPS also well too, and the tanks also well too. Because I think healers to me is a must have. If you don't have a healer on your team, then you probably just say like, okay, well, it just depends. It just depends on everybody else. Is everybody else going to be on the same pages that you are? So stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah. Anyways, that's it for this review. Tell me what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Do you guys agree with me some of the issues I'm talking about here? But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. And please hit the notification bell also too, so that you guys watch my videos. And please leave me comments as well. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember, I love you guys. Take care. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.